The following video has been rated by the creator as YT for YouTube viewers of all ages. For the best audio quality, the use of headphones may be recommended.
The Moonshadow Mystery channel and its affiliates make no claim to ownership or association with the topics or media discussed in this program, unless explicitly stated otherwise. This video was made for the purpose of being a form of entertainment and not for the sake of profiting from the creations, licenses, or properties belonging to other content creators or organizations. The content of this video is used and executed under the guidelines of the Fair Use Act.
Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Super, as well as affiliated characters, media, and locations, are the creative, intellectual, and licensed properties of Toei Animation Studios Japan, Shonen Jump, V-Jump, and Viz Media. Please support the official releases. Stand by for a new episode of Moonshadow Reviews, coming up right now on the Moonshadow Mystery channel.
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the Moonshadow Mystery channel. As always, I'm your host, Moonshadow Mystery the Changeling. And I want to welcome y'all to another episode of Moonshadow's live action reviews, Dragon Ball Super. Today, episode 69 of DBS, better known as Goku vs. Arail. A ridiculous battle will end the Earth. For those who don't know who Arail is, or Arail, I don't really know how you pronounce the name properly, but Arail is a little robotic girl from a manga produced by the same company that produces the Dragon Ball Z manga, known as Dr. Slump. Arail is actually not the main character, but is considered a goofy sidekick. She's actually been around 30 years, because, speaking personally, I remember Goku first meeting Arail in Penguin Village in the original Dragon Ball franchise. As a matter of fact, it's during his first solo adventure going after the Dragon Balls that Goku first meets her. Now, she is ludicrously powerful, especially for a machine, and she's only apparently gotten stronger. Now, speaking personally, before we ever get going any further, and I should have done this at the beginning, I know I've been slacking at saying this, but spoiler warning regarding the episode for what it is. But honestly, this episode is, for the most part, filler. Like, I doubt any aspect of this episode will really play any real part into the future events of the series. I could be wrong. And other than a few little crossover moments, Goku never really has interacted with Arail since his first time meeting her in the original Dragon Ball. Again, this episode's pretty ridiculous. But basically the whole thing of the episode revolves around an inventors gathering. They basically hosted by Hercule Satan, to pick the winner of the year's inventing challenge, awarding the most creative and most useful invention to the scientific community to the creator. Bulma is naturally there with her family, and we do see Goku there, although I didn't realize it was Goku at first. I thought maybe Gohan had to take a part-time job or something, or maybe he'd been asked by Hercule to stand in. But Goku apparently got talked into by Chi-Chi, taking a part-time job at this convention as a bodyguard. because apparently for whatever reason they're just out of money now, or maybe she's just tired of Goku doing nothing but training. I don't know. But we do see Goku with his hair slicked back in a nice suit, which lasts about as long as you expect it to last. But we don't really get to see much of the inventions. As a matter of fact, but the only invention we really get to see is the winner, which just happens to be Dr. Slump himself. And I believe his full name is Matsuhiro. I don't know definitively yet. I mean, I just got done watching the episode. But some of these names are just a little different than what I'm used to, so they don't really sink in as well. I'm not as familiarized with the character as I am with the Z Fighters and such. But apparently in the original Dr. Slump comic, this doctor's rival, who's basically the Wily to his Dr. Light, basically comes back from the dead, revived as a ghost from hell, and gives this little robo girl and her two little mechanical cherub companions this potion that amps up their silliness to the point where they're just destructive. Like, seriously, her two little cherub things end up eating the thing. But go later in the episode. But anyway, the good doctor, that's all I'm going to call him, Dr. Slum, he basically created the sentient robot invention that he just calls number 2. It's actually an extended name. We're just going to call it Mark 2 because that's what he calls it. Apparently he's tried this before and it failed. Basically, it harnesses your deepest desire, from one or even multiple people, and manifests it from literally nothing. Anything from an adult magazine, as the doctor did, a personalized souvenir keychain as Hercule wanted. Don't know why he wanted it. I guess just because he wanted to see what one might look like for a potential sales opportunity. I don't know. To ultimately a nutrition orb about as big around as a baseball, filled with, basically created from literally all of the most delicious food on the planet into one super nutritional ball, which we'll come back to that later. But basically, ridiculousness ensues, and they're definitely playing this off as a really just pointless episode. Like, anyone who's seen the original Ben 10 series, as I have, such as the episode where they tackled on what if Ben had not been the one to get the Omnitrix, but instead woke up with all of his memories of having gotten it, but it ended up being Gwen who got it instead. Yeah, it's basically that type of thing. It has no real impact on the rest of the series. Well, if you don't count Omniverse, because it actually touched in on that, because apparently that was a parallel universe. But it basically had no impact on the rest of the story for the series. And that's basically what this is like. Anyways, the Ariel gets rowdy. She was wanting to play. Hercule actually mans up. I mean, he uses it as an opportunity to kind of make himself look good with kids. And he probably figured it's a good time to get in some playtime with the kid anyway, because Pan's born, and eventually one day she'll be a little older. But anyway, he offers to play, and unfortunately for him, Ariel's idea of quote-unquote play is physical violence. Yeah, I'm actually not joking. Her idea of playing is basically Goku's idea of playing, which is basically beat the ever-loving snot out of one another. All she did was give Hercule a light push and send him flying all the way to the other side of the room, directly into the wall. And then following shortly after is when the cherubs eat the building. Vegeta actually steps up and actually has the decency to ask the good doctor if it's okay for him to be doing this, and offers to quote-unquote play with her in order to try and put an end to this, under the assumption that giving her a little tap, like just one solid punch, will reboot her, will do something to deactivate the effects. Now mind, he didn't realize she was a robot at the time. But they go to fight. Vegeta does get a good hit on her, sending her literally around the world. But she is ludicrously fast and actually makes that trip in seconds, and then dive bomb double kicks Vegeta in the spine. Goku, which actually wakes Goku up, and he tries to reason with Vegeta, and they do. Him and Ariel, again, having previously met one another, do recognize each other, but can't remember because it's been so many years. It's only after a brief period, after Vegeta slugs her again, using quote unquote gag comic stupidity, and kicks her into this conveniently placed, goofy looking stone statue, which knocks her head off. Everybody's freaking out. Nobody realized she was a robot except for the good doctor. But after she puts herself back together again, she hits the ground and literally splits the earth in half. And then hits Vegeta so hard it sends him out of sight, and we literally don't see him again till the end of the episode. Goku finally remembers who she is, and vice versa. And then, then the fun ends. Goku ends up finding out, ends up deciding to go full on Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, aka Super Saiyan God Mark II, on her. And apparently her breath beams are so powerful that it knocks him onto his backside. The fighting continues for a little bit. Bulma, while Trunks and the good doctor are trying to take out the evil doctor or try to capture him, which fails. I mean, they're not the Ghostbusters, so. Anyways, as that's going on, they realize the good doctor remembers how to distract Ariel, which unfortunately is the comedic anime Pink Poo. Yeah. And that lasts all of a few seconds. Anyway, Bulma tries to contact Whis to get Beerus to show up because she's concerned that since this Robo Girl KO'd Vegeta, that Goku ain't gonna last much longer. Unfortunately for her, Beerus just fell asleep. And Whis refuses to wake him up because of the attitude he has when he first wakes up after going to sleep so soon. Which is where we get to the point where they're trying to make the Super Ball of food, because Bulma picked up the camera, because this was a televised event, and pleased with everybody, focusing on the little robo thing to imagine the most delicious food in the universe. Which apparently, that concentrated is so powerful that Beerus smells it in his sleep from his planet, wakes up, and forces Whis to, light speed travel all the way to Earth in order to find it. Which does disrupt the battle. Of course, the evil doctor, the dead doctor, being completely rude, mouths off to Beerus, and apparently the god of destruction can even destroy ghosts. So yeah, he's gone permanently, erased from even death existence. So I mean, that's saying something right there. When he can kill something that's already dead. And yeah, he flips out. He is super excited. Unfortunately, Ariel calls Beerus Mr. Cat, not realizing he's a god and having the mind of a child. So yeah, she gets knocked against the wall, knocks her head off, and right when it looks like Beerus is going to destroy her, unfortunately all that concentrated food super cramps his stomach. Cramps him up to as if he had a Goku-style binge-eating competition. And he jetted back home in order to take care of it. Again, everything's good. The good doctor and Ariel go back to the Penguin Village. Bulma gets the desire to invent something. And then Trunks brings up the question, where's Dad? And we see Vegeta hanging from his dress jacket off a tree branch with arms crossed like so, claiming how he will never fight another gag manga character again. So even the show acknowledged that this episode was pointless as nothing but filler. Not the first time Dragon Ball has done this, but can't say I enjoy it. When, again, I've said this in a previous video, when the Dragon Ball franchise has a filler episode, it's usually really bad. This was a tolerable episode, but the fact that it was so pointless, and it had that feel that it was going to be pointless from the beginning, at least to me, because they went into the Dr. Slump theme song with Arail, because she actually is the main character of the anime version of the manga. But yeah, it's not my favorite Dragon Ball episode so far. I'd probably put it in one of my least favorites. But it is still a tolerable episode, and to the right person can be enjoyable to watch. Now, speaking personally, I'm a huge fan of meta humor. I mean, I'm a huge Deadpool fan. I like a lot of the meta humor characters. Heck, I even like Impossible Man to a degree in small doses. But I don't know, this episode just kind of detracted from what the series is, at least for this brief moment. It was okay. It's not really a bad episode, because good or bad is subjective. Not one I'm eager to rewatch anytime soon, but it served its purpose. It took a little moment to remind everyone of the kind of silly, zany things that Dragon Ball was capable of, because this is sort of the kind of thing that used to happen all the time in the original, that it kind of evolved and grew from. But I suppose sometimes it's okay to revisit previous territory. Just kind of like a nod to how many years it's been, how far it's come, etc. Now, I definitely would not recommend coming into Dragon Ball Super and starting with this episode, because you'll be completely lost. But if you just like something silly, lighthearted, not really taking itself too seriously, this is probably an episode for you. But yeah, that's basically episode 69. I hope episode 70 kind of touches back more on the preparations for the next interdimensional, or rather interuniversal martial arts competition, which it more than likely will be. I think we're getting close to that. And we saw during the end of the Future Trunks, aka the Zamos and Black Goku arc, that Gohan seemed to be spending more time with Piccolo again and seemed to be taking his training more seriously again. So who knows, we may actually see Gohan participating and being more like the Sage Gohan we remember from the end. Kind of like how he was in the Cell Saga toward the end, and how we saw him fight in the Buu Saga, where he got, again, his Sage power. Well, that's just my hopes, anyway. Time will tell. We got a week. And yeah, I've been avoiding spoilers, and I'm very thankful I've been avoiding spoilers. I've even been tuning out before the credits roll, because I don't want to see the hint at the next episode. I like being surprised. But yeah, that was episode 69. Again, not a great episode in my opinion, but not a horrible one either. I mean, there's a lot that's kind of borderline that, but none that's crossed it. It's a good little middle ground. Not bad, not good. It's just there. Again, it was somewhat nice to see Aurelian. I've not, when I was a kid, I wasn't really aware of the Dr. Slump franchise. I just thought this was this goofy little thing in the Dragon Ball universe. But the moment you notice that the sun is its own entity, brushing its teeth, smiling, etc., then you know you've entered into the zany, almost Bobobo-esque world. But it was alright. I want to apologize to all my viewers. I know I promised I would do a thing for the latest Steven Universes, and have not had a chance to yet. Unfortunately, I came in late on both Gem Harvest and 3 Gems and a Baby. I will try to make another video real soon, kind of discussing both. But I can't exactly promise when just yet. My apologies, I had lunch recently and it seems to be kicking me a little bit. But I will try to get those videos made soon. And I am still working on more of my past due reviews videos. again, it's a long process because I'm doing the writing, the directing, all the voiceover work without any technological assistance aside from the webcam and the microphone. I don't use any voice modulators or anything. Um, so, and it requires a lot of research and a lot of rewatching, editing clips together. And and I was like, I'd probably do it better if I had certain pieces of technology, which I don't have. I don't have the right programs to do it, other than Windows Movie Maker, which is what I use, along with my webcam. So, again, I just want to apologize to you for not having those out yet, but I will try and get at least the Steven Universe video done as soon as I can. Between trying to find work and helping out with my family and doing the stuff I need to do, it's just a matter of time. I mean, as everyone knows right now, we're in December and we're nearing close to Yule, aka Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Ramadan, all that. So we're getting we're in the holiday season right now, basically. So there's a lot of stuff that's going to take away from some of these videos. I mean, not really take away from the videos, but take away from my time that I have for them. So I hope you can have a little bit of patience with me, and hopefully I'll get them done for you ASAP. But until then, thank you for tuning in. I do hope to see you all next time. Oh, and I almost forgot, yes, I am still working on my Fallout impersonations video. I've actually gotten some of the research done for it. I've been doing some recordings. It's just a matter of time. I've been using certain sources to work on the script to get the quotes I need for it. It's just not been very cooperative. I don't know, the website's been glitchy for some reason or another. I'm not really certain why, but it's just taking a little longer than I thought it was going to. But I should have it done. I'm not going to say exactly when I should have it done, but I should have it done sooner, hopefully, rather than later. But again, I can't make any guarantees. It's just going to depend on how much time I can actually dedicate to the process. But again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for enduring my long-windedness. If you agree with any of my views, please let me know in the comment section down below. Same goes if you disagree with them. If you have any thoughts you want to add to this, or maybe anything you want to ask me about for maybe a follow-up video or just for a Q&A video, leave those down in the comment section below, or even try messaging me directly through the main channel. If you like this video, please feel free to click the like button. And if you didn't like it, that's perfectly alright. Feel more than welcome to hit that dislike button. If you want to see more videos like this one, or just see what else I have in mind, feel more than welcome to click that subscribe button. Or click my name above the video description and go to the main channel and see what else I can do. If you've been following me for a while, you already know. But if you haven't, and this is perhaps your first time watching simply because it's about Dragon Ball Super, there are other Dragon Ball Super reviews, including my lightning round, where I compile like a 5-episode review into one short video. My reviews of My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, hence the name, Moonshadow Mystery, The Changeling. Video, 1 or 2 on Steven Universe, I do believe. I am a little behind on part of this. I apologize. Impersonation videos. And there's a lot of other stuff I'm willing to do, including for video games, movies, etc. All you have to do is let me know what you would like to see me do, as well as the stuff I already have planned to do, but just haven't had the chance to get around to yet. And for those who are aware or are not aware, you can check out the contact information in the video description or wait until the end credits. And if you take the time to get in touch with me via Gmail, Skype, etc., I'll do my best to get in touch with you and maybe give you some demo recording, some demo audio for some of the videos I've been trying to work on, or some of the segments I've been testing out but haven't quite decided on yet. And then you can offer further feedback. You can also leave more in-depth suggestions, etc. I would say feel more than welcome to contact me if you want to help out with any of these videos, but unfortunately, I have no means by which to thank you. So, while I would appreciate assistance, I'm not going to beg for it because I have no way of compensating. Um, and also, feel free to, again, in the description and in the bottom or in the end credits, feel free to go over to my DeviantArt account channel to see what some of the art projects I've been working on. And I do have others I'm working on that I haven't finished yet, and again, a lot of stuff is just kind of taken away from the time I've had to work on it. And if you do have any fan art you would like to submit, you can use either of my OC of me or any of my OCs not strictly associated with My Little Pony, etc., which you can again view on my DeviantArt account. Feel free to send those in. I'll be more than happy to feature them in the end credits of one of my future videos. But again, sorry for being a little long-winded. If you're like me and who used to be introverted, you know sometimes this kind of stuff happens. You get to rambling. But again, thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you next Moonshadow time, next Moonshadow channel. Wait a minute. Next Moonshadow time, same Moonshadow channel. Little nod to the classic Batman fans out there, even though I botched it. I botched it horribly. But, again, thank you for tuning in. Hope to see you next time. And remember, don't go changing for anyone but yourselves. Take care, and have a good, safe week. And also, if there's any of my viewers out there who are from the Great Smoky Mountain area in eastern Tennessee along the borderline of Tennessee and North Carolina, I am sincerely sorry for everything that's happened. You know, my family and I used to visit out there a lot, and that tragedy with the fire is just horrible. I know they're still digging through the rubble. Just try and hang in there and try and keep up hope, everyone. It's not an easy thing, but I do ask for you to try. I know they were doing a telethon or something recently to try and help out the victims. I believe it was WSMV Nashville here in Tennessee that was talking about some of it. But, you know, if you feel like helping out those people, look up the sources to do so. And every little bit helps. You know, even if you have no money to offer, prayer or just keeping them in your thoughts is always something. Anyway, sorry for your detracting from the moment. I just felt I needed to say something about it. Anyway, take care, everyone. Hope to see you soon.
Moonshadow Mystery, the Changeling, also known as Compound Eyes and Moonlight Shadow, is the original character, and by extension, creative and intellectual property of its creator, Darren self, better known as Moonshadow Mystery, the Changeling. If you'd like to contribute to this channel, wish to submit fan art, make more extensive suggestions for critique, or would like to view other creative content associated with this channel or its creator, then you may do so by using the links available in the video description, which are as follows: Skype, Moonshadow Mystery, Darren, self, Gmail, selfdarren1@gmail.com, DeviantArt, http://greatdragonseru.deviantart.com, Facebook, www.facebook.com/darren.self.12, Twitter @Moonshadow_Mist, spelled MYST, SecondLife @Moonshadow Mystery, otherwise known as darkryu.burner. Patreon is currently unavailable and is pending payment method verification.